till I get home with my lady. I kiss her on the cheek, sit down on the sofa, start lamenting. I said, baby, I'm so glad you're home. Oh, my week has been so long. She said, I know just what to do. Let me go get a glass for you, and we'll be sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality, cause I got you and you got me, and we gon' be alright. Yeah, sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality for tonight, cause I got you and we gon' be alright. Sit back, relax, enjoy the time, chillin' with my lady right by my side. She gets a little heavy-handed, but I'm experienced and I can stand it. I'm feeling so mellow, I just forgot about the week. Oh, I'm gonna pour another one or two for my boo. She'll take another one and we'll be sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality, cause I got you and you got me, and we gon' be alright. Yeah, sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality for tonight, cause I got you and we gon' be alright. Just relaxing, sipping on gin with the tonic on the side and a lemon twist. Imagine this, yeah. Just relaxing, sipping on gin with the tonic on the side and a lemon twist. Imagine this, yeah. Sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality, cause I got you and you got me, and we gon' be alright. Yeah. Sipping on gin and tonic, dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality for tonight, cause I got you and we gon' be alright. Sipping on gin and tonic, sipping on, sipping on. Forget reality, cause I got you and you got me, and we gon' be alright. Yeah, sipping on gin and tonic and dancing in the moonlight. Forget reality for tonight, cause I got you and we gon' be alright. Sipping on gin and tonic. Never thought of falling in love again, no never, but my heart's been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond, 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 beyond. It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. But my heart's been stolen. Last forever. We'll go. Ooh, baby. We'll go, baby. We keep going and growing, girl. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. You make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I'd no, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond. You always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I. No, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You the hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. You will go, baby. You will go, baby. Ooh, you will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby. Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You're all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You have birthed the nations. A nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken. You have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful, power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. So you are woman. Hey. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
good night, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, thank you very much for joining the Senate podcast. I am Neil Hoyt. He is my brother, Derek Marshall, and together we are your senators for this evening. Hope everybody is well. But brother, how are you doing? How is everything going? How is everything treating you?
I'm all right. I got to the gym this evening, got in some cardio. That's always a good thing. So, yeah, man, I can't complain. Had a pretty decent day. I do about 100 burpees, but aside from that,
Well, life is good. Life is good.
life is good. Had to deal with some daddy issues that got me a little behind time.
Oh,
Preparing for tonight.
Everything all right?
Yeah, man, everything is good. It's all good in the hood. Let me just make sure that I line myself up there properly.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to deal with these things from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, that's life in the tropics, as you would say.
Yes, it is.
How things on your end, man?
My good, cool. I can't complain. Life is, it is as I say, life in the tropics. But keeping things jiggy. Yeah, that's Ramel Hall. Steve, shout out.
It is.
She's on bread.
It is.
Yeah, all the way from
class of 1981 representing.
She's on bread, the 30-year crew. But yeah, I good, man. Just trying to keep things jiggy when it comes to the show. And other projects that I have going. I really ain't got no complaints, to be honest. See Jennifer in the house. Shout out Jennifer. Now, let us get into the plugging of G-Syndicate. Now, everybody knows. If you don't know, but I don't know where you come from, but some of you may be new. So if you're new, welcome. Ni hao. Derek, my brother Derek, he is the founder of G-Syndicate, the premier acapella group out of the Caribbean, and to my opinion, the best acapella group in the Western Hemisphere. I don't know what they're doing over there in Asia, so I can't speak for them. What I will say is that G-Syndicate is an awesome group. My brother has always been into music, and he has formed his group for many, many years. It's well over a decade now, right? Yep. So I can let him plug G-Syndicate because early on you would have heard for some music videos that they would have had and some music. So they have a great catalog, original music, some covers. So Derek, plug your stuff, my brother.
Yeah, man, G-Syndicate. As you said, over a decade now we're going. Some guys come and go in between there, but we're still running strong. I think I'm the only one that still remains from the original crew, but the guys still around. We got Kiamal, Waden, Mark, Brett, and Antonio. Those are the guys that make up G-Syndicate right now. Of course, with yours truly. We do all kinds of different music from the Caribbean. We do all the R&B stuff we would get from Boy Cement. People hear acapella and tend to think Boy Cement immediately. We can do that, but we don't really make that our thing. We like to do the Caribbean thing. So we put a little Caribbean twist on things sometimes. Sometimes we do the R&B thing straight up, but we generally like to put a little Caribbean twist on stuff and get people moving and really push the boundaries of the genre, right? So that has been kind of like a goal for us to present acapella music a little bit differently so people don't just think barbershop quartet and guys in matching suits and little funny hats and a cane, you know what I mean? Or on the street like singing. So we do it a little differently. See Dion in the house. Good night, Dion. We do it a little differently. Shout out the guys. We push it. We're pushing going forward. You can check anything we are doing on gsyndicate6.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at the same G-Syndicate6. Everything at G-Syndicate6. Check us out, man.
Oh, yep. All right. Cool. All right. Shout out the guys, man. My favorite song is Beyond. I tell you that all the time. I love that song. It's sweet song. Shout out Dion. She's here. All right. So what are we? No, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are now buckling up for the topic of the day. So usually what happens is before every episode, Derek would post something to start engagement on social media, on Facebook. And today's no different. Derek would have posted something through the Senate podcast page to drum up some conversation. This is partly stemming from what we would have talked about on Tuesday, where we talked about what we could learn from the Will and Jada saga.
Yeah.
We had a case study on that, and it was a very good thing. Tonight though, before we get into it there, I'll just say that we are going to be taking calls tonight, and we're going to do things a little differently. We understand that some people may not want to have their face on camera. That is fine. However, we encourage you to have your face on camera. So I posted a link here with the tonight's topic. When that time comes, you can click on it, and by clicking on that, you obviously are signifying to us that you give us permission to, use your voice and your likeness on the show, right? I don't touch this edit. I don't edit this or anything after the fact. So you could click on it, you could join. We would prefer you to join with your camera. If you don't want to have your camera on, you will say so. Let us know that. We will do that behind the scenes, and I can set it up so that we could put you on and your voice would just be there. But we do encourage you to have your face on because, it's the internet and people like to troll. And, you definitely...
It's still a show,
It's still a show, and you definitely have to give your name. I will be engaging you as a person, and not this ain't a call-in program. We literally gonna be asking. And, yeah, we gotta have some level of accountability and transparency in this space. So, with that being said, on to the topic, Derek. Hit me with it.
Yes.
Oh wait, sorry. Before you continue, what you can do is I can put you solo, and I will step away from the computer and come back. Need to get some water.
No problem.
Yeah, you could go ahead.
All right, man. Cool. So today, guys, tonight's show is in part, I guess, let me say sponsored. That'd be an interesting word to use. Sponsored by two of our contributors. They sent me this link on Facebook talking about mating inequality, right? So I asked the question, what is mating inequality and how can we combat that? The article was sent by my guy, Jimmy. He sent it. And another one of our frequent watchers, Hugh also sent this to me as well. And I felt that this was particularly interesting. So the article starts and it says, an NYU professor says fewer men going to college will lead to a mating crisis, with the US producing too many broke and alone men. Now, here's the thing. This is in the US. See Kevin Hunt in the house. Kevin always comes in and says, yo, dog.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. We are still complaining, not complaining. We're lamenting the fact that less men are enrolling at UB, and it's starting to skew more towards females, right? So let's have a read about what is in the article. I don't know if you got it on screen or what.
Yeah, working on it right now. The first, cool. I can let you know when we on. You can obviously start reading.
Yeah. And by the way, we are the Senate Podcast here on YouTube, so you can feel free to give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us a dislike if you're talking some junk. Shout out Tamiko and Mark in the house. Welcome, my brother. Good to see you. We were making a joke saying that since you got married, we haven't seen you, but good to see you in the crank as usual. Antisocial in the house. Good to see you as well, my brother. So yeah, this is something that is also present in the universities within the West Indies. So let's have a look at what is said in the article. Fewer men and women are attending college, which is leading to a mating crisis. The New York University professor Scott Galloway told CNN on Saturday. He's on CNN, so legit. Women made up 59.5% of college students at the end of the 2020-21 school year, an all-time high. The Wall Street Journal reported earlier this month, citing U.S. Department of Education data. That's in comparison to 40.5% of men enrolled in college. Data from the National Center for Education Statistics found that in 1970, men made up close to 59% of those enrolled in college, compared to about 41% of women who were enrolled. Additionally, The journal reported that in the next few years, the education gap will widen so that for every one man who earns a college degree, 2 women will earn one. Galloway told CNN that the problem is much bigger than just the current numbers because men drop out at greater rates than women. College is becoming the domain of women and not men, he said. You can walk onto a construction site in Florida. You can turn on an app called Fireman Trade Job, which at the age of 18, if you can make $100 to $200 a day, that feels like real cabbage, he said. But Galloway warned that beyond the classroom, the gap is causing an existential threat to society and that we are creating a dangerous cohort. We have mating inequality in the country, he said, adding that women with college degrees don't want to partner with men who don't hold a degree. Would you look at that? He also goes on to say, the most dangerous person in the world is a broke and alone male, and we are producing too many of them, he said. He said the most unstable, violent societies in the world all have one thing in common. Young, depressed men who aren't attaching to work, aren't attaching to school, and aren't attaching to relationships. That was a particularly interesting read for me, Neil. I don't know how you felt about it.
Yes, it is. It's very interesting because I definitely do understand when he says the most dangerous thing in the world is a man that has no income. He ain't got a job.
Yeah.
He ain't got none. And but the most important thing is that it's interesting that he said that women get their education. So we talk every now and then. We've said it in this space multiple times, right? Shout out Justin, he's here. Good night. I see Jimmy in the crowd. What's going on? It is funny how we've always spoken about the perceived wage gap between men and women, right? Men do more dangerous jobs. Men do more labor-intensive jobs, right? We don't see well diggers that are women. We don't see construction workers that are women. We do not see what else? Ditch diggers. We don't see what jobs where you have to be out in the sun, lift heavy things, move heavy things, dangerous jobs where you can be killed or maimed or anything like that. Very few women are in those jobs. Now, those jobs are skills, right? By and large, for most of those jobs, you don't get a degree at university to dig a ditch or to, like carpentry and stuff like that. You go to skills training, right? So women are opting to go to the course of getting a degree. And it is interesting he's saying that women don't want men that don't hold a degree. Yet the majority of men truly don't hold degrees. And then even if you look at the numbers of them dropping out and going by the wayside and the university numbers and everything, that's even speaking more to it, where men are not enrolling or staying enrolled to completion, to graduation, and women are moving on from that. But I'm sure you can get into it because you tell me we think alike, right? So I know where you're going with this, but it's just interesting how everybody want a man with a degree, high earner, man that got his paper together, man that got his life in order, this and that, next. They want a broad ninja. Nobody want a man that making less than a certain amount of money, or they don't want a man in a certain type of job. But as we always say, the majority of women are competing for a very, 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 very small fraction of the men. What is 10 to 20%?
80% of women competing for 20% of the men.
Yeah.
And the statistics on the dating websites, the dating apps show that 79% of the women want like 2 out of the 10 men. You know what I mean? And I was just gonna send you a clip, but you touched on it yourself, so I don't have to quote the great Chris Rock to get him to do it. Right? When as I told you, it got it twice. It got the article twice the same day, I think, or one day and then the next. Two very sharp guys. They don't say a lot, but shout out Jimmy. Jimmy will talk in the chat. Hugh doesn't.
That's Hugh. He does. Shout out Hugh.
huge.
Yeah,
1991.
Another 1991.
Yeah. And very sharp guys. They don't say a lot, but they're very on point. When I got the article from both of them, my response to them was essentially, so having a degree makes you dateable, essentially, is what they're saying. Because I find it interesting because the ladies will make it a point to let us know that they are more evolved and they are past certain things. Yet still, you're saying because a man doesn't have a degree, he becomes less of a man, or because you don't want the ladies to say that you're misinterpreting them, he becomes less of a man, or he is not worthy enough of a man, or he is not of a standard befitting them. Because I asked myself, what does a degree have to really do with the person with whom you're getting involved? Because we all know some people that got some degrees. That's outright dogs. We know a man that got 2 or 3 degrees, got masters and all kinds of things, beat the women.
But
hopefully that would.
Well, when we say we know, hold on. When we say we know, right? Don't come for me and say, "Oh, I see them." When we say we know of.
Yeah.
One nigga said they've got friends that's
not that we know the person,
right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure some of you do too, right? That you know people who are know of. Let me put it that way, as Neil said, know of people who have all the degrees in the world as outright goats. They're treating the partners poorly. You know what I mean? Man, they feel like they hold them and choke them. You know, take the clothes, throw them out in the road. That kind of thing. You know what I mean? And so how does a degree impact that? Right? I was doing a little research. You know it is. And I remember this one minutes before I got here, and I kind of cropped it, sent it to you. I want to say it 2 minutes before we started. 2 minutes before we started. But you should have it there. I want you to show this clip, Neil. And
this is with the ladies on a couch talking?
Yeah. It's from the podcast A at the Table. Shout out podcast, A at the Table. It's always some interesting content. We would have covered something from them before when they had the lady who was living in the apartment and it was paid for by her ex and she didn't feel that she should have left. That podcast was A at the Table. So we're going to show something from A at the Table again. And I want you guys to listen to the lady who's speaking. And because they're talking about the qualities that make a good man and stuff like that. I want to hear this particular lady and what she has to say. So when you're ready, you can roll that clip and we can all take a listen.
So how did you mess up the relationship with a good man?
I was ready for this good man because I was dating a loser right before. So it was like, it was like...
upgrade.
Yeah, it was. It genuinely was. And we got into it and it was very fast. Like right in the beginning, he was like, I'm all in, I'm here. And it was like days into it. So there was no time to like,
love bombing.
Yes, it was. It was like, I'm here. This is what I want to do. I'm also not the type of girl. I don't want to know how much you make. You say you make money and you pay your bills, and that's fine. That's all I need to know, right? That's me. But he said to me, he was like, I'm not gonna lie, I do really well for myself. So I was like, okay, good for you. Done. Like I make my own money, you make your own money. Then I started realizing like, oh, he really genuinely meant that. Like one time he came over my house before a work trip. He was going to Vegas. And he took all his stuff out of his bag to like unpack, and then there was like a wad of cash for gambling. Like he was like, I'm gonna go gamble when I'm in Vegas, and I was like, how do you just have all that? I felt like we were going to a serious level. I wanted to move in with him. I wanted to push it to the next level, and he was giving me none of that. He didn't want to talk about my emotional issues. He pushed it on. He said, "Oh, you have a therapist for that. Like, talk to her about that."
All right,
So
did you fumble the bag or you fumbled the good man?
I don't know. I think it was like, I don't know. So this is the thing. I didn't think he was a good man because he had money, but I think that's important to say in terms of like what people think a good man is. I don't know, because some people...
You fumbled the bag. That's it.
I definitely did. I ended up cheating on him because I...
Shh. Women don't cheat. The fuck you talking about?
I'm just going to be 100% honest. He knows. We all know. My therapist knows. We're getting through it. I think at the end of the day, I was pushed.
I think I've been...
But yeah, I think that you fumbled the bag. You didn't fumble a good man.
Okay.
Yeah,
like, if anything, he fumbled a good woman.
Thank you.
Because if he
That's what my therapist said.
There's a Senate short. You muted. I just let you know that you muted. Forgive me, right? I have not. I've had a very
last bit just for you.
that
last bit just for you.
I've had a very busy week, and I feel as though I need to put in a
yeah. So, here we have this lady who is saying, she's looking at the money of it. Let me drop it just for you, Neil.
No, you gotta drop it again, man. Get on. Yeah, thank you. Show the Rico love.
Right. So here we have this lady who, by her own admission, the guy had a lot of money. He was working with something. And still, he wasn't keen on hearing any of her problems or anything like that. The man's like, yeah, you got a therapist for that, work it out on your own. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What I loved, what I thoroughly enjoyed, was how she ended up cheating on him. and then, girlfriends were like, nah, man, he missed up on a good woman.
I mean,
I'm still trying to figure out how the one that cheated is the good person, but
I like how she said. I like how she said women don't cheat. But if black men don't cheat, black women don't cheat, or well, women don't cheat.
Nobody cheating.
Nobody cheating.
Nobody cheating. You know what I mean? But I drew on that clip because the lady said she felt it important to say it, in that is what people see, that he had a lot of money. She felt it important to say that he had a lot of money because people seem to equate having a lot of, let me not say money, let's say resources. But having a lot of resources is the equivalent to being a good man. Mm-hmm. Because I understand, because it's your ability to be able to provide. But we have to be able to provide more than monetarily. Is it a case of, all you need is money? Because the degree is supposed to put you in a place, in a position to be able to earn more. So I understand the degree. I understand that part. I get it. And you should want to have a man who, who can earn, who has the potential to earn. I tell you, I never forget, there's a very good friend of mine, his fiancée told him she got with him for his earning potential. Right? Back then, I was horrified to hear that. But that was about 15 years ago, 15 more than that. But now I get it. Now I can see it. Sure, you never see a U-Haul attached to a hearse. So you always want to make sure that your U-Haul is attached to something that's going somewhere. So I get hooking on to somebody who has means, right? Maybe look at Will and Jada. So I'm sorry to come back to Will and Jada, but hey, there are, like, as Neil said on Tuesday, a case study, and they inform so many other little things. So when you look at Will and Jada, she didn't want to be with Will. She didn't want to be with Will. We had our first caller on Tuesday, and he said straight up, she did love him, but she can't come out and say that. She has to say she has to learn how to love. Gotta love words, huh? Really gotta love words. She didn't love that guy, but she hooked up with him. Why? She had 2 children with him. Why? Because status, money, security, right? Security. And I didn't want to get into this particular, I didn't want to go too far into this too much. Because we're talking about mating inequality, and I really wanted to, but again, I had this sermon prepared for later on, so I can bring it together now, and I can put it all together here.
Oh, you want the church music?
If you got the church music, give me the church music.
Of course,
give me the art. Right? Now, fellas, I can identify with a lot of you, right? Fellas, stay with me. Ladies, you can stay with me too, right? I want to tell you, Neil mentioned it earlier when he talked about going and getting your skilled jobs, right? There are only so many degrees in the world, and you go and you want to learn to be a tailor. You go and you take up tailoring, plumbing, masonry, carpentry. You get into the artisan work, and you're doing your thing, right? You're providing for yourself, you're living comfortably. You ain't a millionaire, but you're providing for yourself and you're living comfortably, right? Now, when you were coming up, all through school and everything, you probably didn't have much, especially, we got a lot of people in here from the 1991 year. So, coming up through the 90s, there wasn't a lot, right? We had some flames. Nearly everybody in this chat had some flames. Drop some ones if you had some flames. If you had a pair of flames, drop some ones in the chat. You know what you're talking about, right? Them plastic shoes that you can pull too tight, because you know what happening. Them splitting open, and that's that.
Shame me.
Right? Yeah. You had a pair of flames. They was cheap, so you might have buy 4 or 5 pairs. Keep them there, right? When you want to bust out, roll the next. Or you go up in the balls court and scrimmage. Then a fancy Nikes, you go play in your school shoes. You better tell you don't get your school shoes, so you're real protective of these school shoes, right? You had a pair Air Jordans, you had Air Gordons. Right?
which is funny for.
It's very funny.
Funny coming for you.
Very funny. Yeah, say right. You had a pair of Air Gordons. The jump man, they jump in the way, just sit up on the bench. You know what I mean? Jump man logo, just chilling. Right? You had a bus ticket, get school bus. Or if you're like me, you had to walk. You walk and get home. Right? Wow. Anti-social scene, he never had plans, but he had a pair of records. I ever even hear records. But yeah, you know what I mean. So now you come up to school, you work, you get your couple CXCs, you get your 4 or 5 CXCs, whatever it is, you get a job. All of a sudden, now, I never forget my first paycheck, I had a better watch. Right? You can buy a watch now, you can buy whatever you want to buy, you got a little bit more financial independence. And you're coming up, you're doing things, you're coming up, you know what I mean? And that's the end. You realize now, all of a sudden, you got a little bit more access to the ladies. At school, nobody gave you to play, because shoot, you have pair of Air Gordons, nobody gave you to play. You know what I mean? As my man Gorg said, this song have my Jordans. You get a play. You got some Jordans and Air Gordons, right? Nobody checking the girls and checking for you. You had enough brute, you wear brute. Everybody remember brute?
Cheese on bread. Should drop some ones.
Yeah, drop some ones.
My first glove was a brute, boy.
There you go. You can't afford no fancy. I can't remember what it be, English leather and all that.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't afford that, so you gotta beat some brute and call out what he. Some Mitchum. Mitchum was the other one. Mm-hmm. Mitchum, right? And that's what you come up with. But all of a sudden, now you got a little bit more independence, and you could do a thing, right? And then you butt up on a girl. Now, you got a lot of different women out there, fans. You can got your women that you got the ghetto chick, or rather broke ghetto chick, and then you got broke UE chick, right? Stay with me, fellas. Stay with me. Now, all of a sudden, you are expected to uplift, encourage finance. We did a short yesterday and it dropped.
This is
paternity court.
Not paternity court. You mean the child support court.
Judge Bonda.
Love it. Yes.
Correct. Correct. And that guy, he is a teacher. Big up the teachers in the house. Yeah.
My little teacher money.
I tell my teacher money and you 2,000. I'll be rolling. Right? Because she was above him and she felt to lord it over him. And I said it on this podcast a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months by now. If you are taking your lady, because you went and you get a little piece of car, because everybody know your first car is a second hand something, an A110,
sure.
An A110 or a little Suzuki Swift or Fronty. You know what I mean? You got one of them and you rolling, you got a little bit more access, you can roll, you can do damage now. You going around and you feeling yourself. But don't be dropping off your woman at class, at UE, at Baymat, XJPP. We know ain't XJPP no more, but we don't know what I mean.
Yeah.
We know what I mean. Polytechnic, Samuel Jackman. Don't be dropping her at these places for her to improve herself and then come and tell you. Because you're already working. You already working, fellas. You already out there doing your thing. You're a tailor, you're a mason, a carpenter, whatever. You making your own money. You are doing your thing. You are supporting yourself. Yeah, Jimmy, maybe an E110 was a bad example because they're still selling. So yeah, that's where we went to Frontier and the Suzuki Swift and all them things, right? Do not, after you started sustaining yourself and all that, then to be looked down upon by these chicks. The statistics bear it out. 80% of the women want 20% of the men. Shoot, if she don't want you, you gotta move on. Assess it real fast and move on.
Keep it pushing.
Look at Will Smith. Look at Will Smith. Now that I say Will Smith, I had somebody to say you. Let me say you that I know you, but they talking here. Look at Will Smith. Will Smith is one of the most successful men in the history of Hollywood. Tall, good-looking guy. Yeah, tall, good-looking guy. Rich. By anybody's standards, because that's what men say they want. They want the tall, dark, handsome, got enough money. So unless Will is working with a micro penis, which is a term that I learned here recently.
You serious?
Will is working with, unless Will is working with like a micro penis, I fail to see what more would be required of him for her to be happy. Yeah, she's still unhappy. I sent you something there in the recipe on Spring there for me.
All right, let me
could, my brother.
Let me get rid of the church music here for a minute.
Because I really want you guys to see how it is in these relationship by alleys. We don't call them the streets. We call them relationship by alleys.
Yeah, like I don't know if you always watch Batman, right? Remember Crime Alley? Where Bruce Wayne lost his parents. Anyhow, we on screen there, Derek.
This is from Jeannie Mai. I saw this today. My own 2 eyes. Screenshot it for you. I know love today because of September 28th. The day my king was born, and a life of passion, determination, and resilience was paved. This birthday, though, means everything to me because it's the year you became my husband and soon become the father to my very firstborn. You're a champion of our community, a protector of our family, and my constant source of wisdom and strength, especially when your pregnant wife is hella emo these days. Baby, I get to celebrate you today, every day, and for the rest of my life. Happiest birthday.
Woo!
Now,
Lyrics.
I love it. I love it. Lyrics, you know what I mean?
Lyrics.
Lyrics. Right? Big up Lauren Zane. Lyrics. Please consider those folks.
Go ahead.
Please consider those folks. She was married before to another guy for 14 years. She didn't want any children with that guy. She gave up her, let me say, prime years, for want of a better description. I know some people can tell me, oh, a woman, she prime years and this. Yeah, I know you all think that. Yeah, all right. Shelf life, guys. Whether you want to fight the biology or not, it is what it is, right? My point, Freddie, her first husband. I want you to see how she's talking about her second husband. Now, yeah, she got it right to her mind. But look at the reverence. That's the word they're going to use. Look at the reverence. Look at the, to use a word from that she's using here, the championing of her husband. I told you on Tuesday, if you treat her like a celebrity, she'll treat you like a fan. Fellas, make sure you have a woman or you are dealing with a woman who is willing to champion you like this.
Listen, I want ones in fellas, I want ones in chat. Because I have had women that champion me. Shoot.
Yeah.
I could think of one offhand that I was like when I think back of just how she saw me and I understand women may not want to do that because of the whole if you treat them like a celebrity, they can treat you like a fan. But I don't see anything wrong in speaking life into your partner. I don't see anything wrong in publicly speaking life into your partner. I don't have a problem with you defending your partner. You made a reference on Tuesday, Derek, to when George Clooney would have been giving happy birthday salutations to Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah.
And along with that, he had a backhanded joke, how was it like putting up with Will? Right.
Yeah.
Right? No, it was tongue in cheek. It really nothing on George because George could be making a funny or he could be shooting his shot. Who knows? But I still feel as though we have to be. I feel like there's a school of thought where behind closed doors, like for example, me and you, Derek, we are. I would consider us brothers, right? If me and you, we could argue ding dong behind the scene, right? Because he's a real bald head, so and so, and you could tell me you're tall, so and so. But in public, if somebody was to tell me, I know we use move with that Derek Marshall, don't do that. You understand? Like, don't do that because I can tell you what I have to tell you. I will not disparage you in public, right? Anything I got to say to you, I can say to you, good, bad, or indifferent. In public, we keep it jiggy. You never had a falling out in like a shoot, right? But it's like we gotta get away from this point of publicly tearing out each other, particularly if we are in a romantic relationship, right? I see it happen so often. Shoot.
But here's the thing, Neil. Here's the thing. The ladies don't want a man without a degree. And if the men ain't even enrolling, they can't get the degree. Therefore, the women look at the men as beneath them. How do you treat things that are beneath you?
Well,
you walk on them.
Well, problem number one is that you're seeing another individual and judging their merit and value based on a piece of paper. I feel as though that is problematic on several different levels. Yes, you may want somebody that has a certain level of intellect, but I just realized I could make a correlation there between body count and degree, right? They're telling me that body count don't matter. But I posit that degrees don't matter. What you're asking me about my degrees for? Anyhow, that's not a well thought out thought, so don't attack me on that just yet. But no, seriously, this is a very interesting topic, and I do like how you have framed it because we have seen several examples, particularly at every level. We have seen examples of men with degrees. We have seen men without degrees. We have seen men that are rich, men that are poor, men that are gorgeous, men that are by today by society standards not attractive. Men that are tall, men that are short, fat, thin. Shoot, even if we go to body parts and appendages, varying lengths and sizes, it does not matter. It does not matter. Shout out Rihanna. Rihanna, I saw you coming. Good night. There was the middle of his sermon, so I didn't want to interrupt. Good night to you. First, good night. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Senate. What we will do is, at some point during the evening, we will be opening the phone lines. And we will be having people on. If you don't want your camera on, let us know. You're gonna join the call. The link is pinned. You could join the call and let me know up front that you don't want to be on camera. Nobody's gonna hear you say or anything. That's gonna be behind the scenes. Just let me know that you don't want me on camera, and we can operate from there. But we are encouraging you, if you want to be on the show, please have your camera on. We just feel that it is good faith, and it helps with the engagement, and I will be calling you by name. So if you join, let me know what your name is. Some people obviously will be joining from their Skype accounts. I will know your name and everything like that. But if you're joining, like, you don't have the facility, just let me know your name. Anyhow, we mentioned on Tuesday, right? This situation with Will, and we've seen it from all facets of life. People, there's this standard, there's this ideology women have put out. It's so strange to me right there, because I was thinking about this. There is this thing going around saying that men want women with large breasts, big thick thighs, very flat waist, gorgeous long limbs, down to the same, genitals. You want a certain size genitals and rate it here, right? And by and large, I have never encountered a man that has said, I would never date a woman. I know so men got preferences, right? A man ain't gonna date a woman that is, whatever. Man might be, he's always here. A man might be a breast man. A man might be a breast man, right? But I know, think of a man that is a huge breast man, literally and figuratively. But I don't know a man, to my mind, that ain't dating a woman that ain't, you know what I mean? Like, ain't like waiting out for I don't want to call nobody locally or whatever, but somebody that is like a top 5 woman in Barbados, right? Like a woman that is universally, globally accepted as a gorgeous woman, right? I don't know, man. Men would say, shout out Snow. I know men don't do that, right? So it's like, fellas, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I know men, if we look into a thoroughbred, there ain't nothing wrong with that. However, we understand thoroughbred ain't necessarily looking at me. But I find it interesting. That we can all have our standard or perception of what we want, what we value, how we value ourselves. Like, our partner is a reflection of us in body, mind, and spirit. Therefore, we see ourselves on a particular level, and we want somebody to reflect that, right? Right. But I find it very strange that people, particularly women, have this standard of how a man should be, and it boggles my mind, because some of the things you should not necessarily be solely basing your partner's value. And education, for example. There are some people that don't have a degree, don't got paper to the name, that are rather intelligent, that are rather ambitious, that are rather...
but Neil, Neil, let me caution you, because I don't want it to be said that we as men are telling women what they should be looking for.
Correct. You're right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I always said it on this show several times, you have the right to want what you want. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You have the right to want what you want. The only issue is, do you have the money to afford it? Right? Do you have the money to afford it? And by the money, what do I mean? Gentlemen, you can want all the 9s and 10s out there that you want. But do you have the money? What is your money? Literal money, a lot of times for me. You tall? Are you tall? You probably know you need a degree. Do you have a degree?
Mm-hmm.
Are you good looking?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because these are the things that are said. Let me say that are said. That's what the women say they want. Right? Up to yesterday, a man messaged me, asked me, "Man, this is my man. I think, how is it? What explain to me what short man can't get a woman?" You know, and I was like, "No, the women want certain things, and short is not one." Here's the thing, though, Neil. Here's the thing. And to all of my constituents in the chat, right? They say they want tall, good looking, man with money, man with status. That's not anybody, you know?
Sounds like several. But the one that comes top of mind is Willard.
Oh, we thought we had to choose them.
To me, Willard was 6'2".
Yeah, 6'2". 6'2", tall guy. Yeah, it's good height. That's taller than most people. 350 million net worth, a laundry list of accomplishments, and he cannot be happy in his relationship. Justin said it in the when he called in on Tuesday. He can't be enjoying that relationship when you sit and you hear, when you know you wanted one thing to begin with, your partner didn't. You kind of, he put himself in it because he forced that situation almost. Although, no, you think about it, don't let me say force. That's a bad word to use.
Mm-hmm.
He went for that, and she went along with it. We have to get into the reasons why later. That's another story, but that's another story for another time. Right? But he should, as successful as he is, he should be enjoying his relationship. If you wanted a woman to yourself and now you realizing that you can't get her for yourself because shoot, she belongs to the streets, you know, you can't be happy with that, right? So the women say they want certain things, and it turns out that that's not always the case. So this is why I want the men to recognize. Women want what they want. And what they tell you guys every week on the show, they want it right now. Right. And those two words are the most important words you need in order to navigate these dating and relationship back alleys. What do I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let me use Will again. Poor Will. She doesn't want Will right now.
Has she ever wanted Will right now? But we could get into the whole metaphysics because right now is a present state. So if you look at it throughout time, she has always never wanted Will right now.
Exactly. However, Tupac, she would have deal with. He was not as tall as Will. He was not as successful as Will. But she would have deal with Tupac. Tupac was that guy for her. Will would go elsewhere and be that guy for several other women, more than likely. You know what I mean? However, shoot, he might go. He might say, let me check on Margot Robbie. Let me check. He was actually saying that he wanted to have an affair. He thought of having an affair with Halle Berry.
No, Will, no, don't do it.
He thought about it.
No,
he never went through with it.
No, Willard.
But you know, he didn't go through with it.
The milk's gone sour.
Yeah. But right now, so he may go off. He may say, you know what, to hell with this here. You doing you, I can do me. And that may trigger her, and then all of a sudden she might want Will right now. You know what I mean? And he will be the same man, but all that has changed is her perception of him. Fellas, you can't keep up with the perceptions. You can't. Make yourself the best version of you.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on you. I know that sounds selfish, especially in a gynocentric society, because they say we live in the patriarchy, but yeah, I know they say we live in the patriarchy. Yeah.
Gynocentric.
But we're very gynos. We very gynocentric. We very gynocentric. Let me call this a thing, right? Especially we have been taught to pedestalize women and shoot me. And if you doubt me, for time immemorial, you've always been hearing women and children first, ladies first. Should we even say ladies and gentlemen? Right? They come first. We look after them first. We've been taught that. It's been ingrained. Right? So I get it. It's in your brain, but you have to be focused on you. Not in that selfish, you don't care about nobody else kind of way, but that kind of way, like I got it forward, I'm doing the best for me. Let me dive into chat a little bit. Rihanna is saying you don't need to have a degree, you just need to be ambitious and a hard worker. I can't take lazy. Ramel, I feel good to read this comment from Ramel. Ramel says, I feel as if she is a good woman. She will want a man with ambition, and that ambition will trump having a degree.
Wait, I just want to make a special thank you for Ramel Hall, because
yeah, for sure.
The reason why Ramel is because it's a whole nother day for you, right? And
exactly.
We really do appreciate, this. It would be morning for you. Thank you so very much for joining us, because everybody here gone to bonnet and the wife beater. Don't let me say that. Sorry, let me take that back. Apparently, no. You can't say a wife beater. I mean a vest. But thank you very much, Ramel, and thank you very much for everybody else that has joined us. You're joining us, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, join us. Let me grow the community. I know a lot of you right now have been subscribed, and you guys are helping us to build this community. I did not look at the subscriber count recently, but we are growing. We are over 100. We wanted to be at 100 subscribers by the end of September. Now we are, I don't want to say well past, but we are past it. So Derek has set the next month. We want it's my birthday, man. So we want not 50, 60 people. Yeah, my birthday month. So let me grow the community and everything like that. But continue, Derek, sorry.
So here we go. The ambition, that ambition part. That ambition will get you to strive and always be striving to be the best version of you. I can't tell you how important that is. I can't tell you how important that is. Mm-hmm. Fergie say you're looking for violence, but it's true. Yeah, it's true. You got to put yourself first. Yes, we live in a gynocentric society. Trust me on it.
But Derek,
don't mind the talk about the patriarchy.
Yeah, but Derek, before you continue, I find it very interesting because, women, we've seen it, we've been seeing it from time immemorial, where women have had all of these comments, these memes and everything like that about love yourself, prioritize yourself, take care of yourself, self-care is necessary, prioritize your well-being, everything like that, right? And I think that what we men have to start to realize is that this is a human thing. You have to prioritize yourself. Again, as Derek said, it took me a very long time to get this into my mind, right? But if you can't function, if you can't go, if you cannot guide your own ship, then you cannot have a family, you cannot run a household, you can't even do for yourself, right? You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your health. You have to take care of your education. And by education, I mean skills as well. You know what I mean?
Correct.
You have to,
not necessarily a degree.
Right. You got to look at your skills. You have to be well read and well versed. One thing I do like to say about myself and Derek is that we may not know anything about anything, but we know a bit of something about everything. Right? Yeah. I don't know astrophysics, but I'm sure that if you can roll me talk astrophysics, I will hear the first sentence and understand it and process it. But the whole thing is that better yourself.
A little about a lot.
Exactly. Right? You have to be able to better yourself. You have to be able to dress for every occasion. You have to be able to present yourself and know when and where and how. Right? You have to be able to be a chameleon of sorts. If you need to walk the streets of Bridgetown, if you need to walk the halls of Buckingham Palace, you must be able to carry yourself as such. You must be able to have the right clothing, the right skincare routine, make sure your skin is great and everything like that. But I feel as though, I was thinking about this too there. I feel as though like people are afraid of hearing us men say it to men to better yourselves and prioritize yourselves, because just like you said, society has taught us women and children first, especially within the last 50 to 60 years. Women and children first. We have to protect women and we have to cater to women and take care of women and everything like that. The movies, the media, and everything.
Here's the important part, Neil. And you say take care of, cater to, and a lot of times, Neil, to our own detriment. So a man is expected to give his last to protect and provide for. Right?
Yep.
That is the challenge that we as men encounter. Right? So when we come now to a situation when women are now bettering themselves, they're going off, they're going to UE, more power to the women. They're going to college again, the degrees and all that. More power to the women. We applaud that. We appreciate it. We support it. We endorse it.
The society only gets better with that.
But then, yeah, because shoot, education is the way out. Bar would tell you that, right? But now we've come to a situation where women have now decided that those men are no longer useful, are no longer important enough, are no longer matter enough, right? And then when you see the last part of the article, it says what? That there's nothing more dangerous. Remember, we had a very infamous poster who said that men are dangerous, that the societies that are most dangerous when you have young men who have no attachment to anything, no attachment to job, no attachment to education, none of those things, right? It is critical, gentlemen, it is critical that you do your best to elevate yourself, to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I saw Mark in the chat earlier. Mark's dad told me one night, Derek, you gotta want to get off your bottom rung. I tell you like the thought of old men. Old men is really getting knowledge, right? You say you want to get off your bottom rung. Gentlemen, when you get your money, don't go and lick it out down in the rum shop. Don't go and take your money, buy a shirt, buy a little cologne, make yourself smell nice. Shoot, treat yourself, go do something. But don't take your money and lick it out in rum. Or worse yet, in weaves, wigs, and sandals, showed up O'Shea Jackson. Weaves, wigs, and sandals for women that would turn around and say, well, yeah, they may really want you if you can't do nothing for them. You know what I mean? This stuff is interesting. I don't want to say interesting. That's too late of a word. This stuff is heartbreaking sometimes. Heartbreaking. That's the word. Yeah, Jimmy or Bush Hill. You're taking your money, you're just wasting it. Take your money, save some, invest some. I was watching a content creator who said, save peace, save like he said 15%, 25%. Save invest 15%. Right? I know I was speaking to a friend of mine, he said that the investment possibilities here in Barbados are a little bit more limited. Shout out my guy Christian Bencini, man. That's my good guy. And of course, he's here supporting Rum. But don't mind Christian Bencini, he's a man. Yeah, he gets up and he is in the gym every morning at 5. He drinks a lot of alcohol, but he's in the gym at 5 to kind of counteract that. Yeah?
He's balanced.
But yeah, as much as he's drink rum, he would tell you, Chris, you gotta come and give us some investment advice. Right? Another good guy, also Tyler. So shout out Chris. Yeah? Take your money, do something with it for you. If it is a case that you feel that there's a female out there that you would like to share the experience with, say you are going to You're going to take yourself to Ukraine and spend 2 nights. Or you're going to that Bougainvillea, show up my man Silky. You're going to that Bougainvillea and spend 2 nights. Or you decide, you know what, I'm going to eat a big food at Champers or whatever, or Turns or someplace, and you feel that there is a lady to your mind worth sharing that with you. And yes, I said worth sharing that with you.
And we don't mean sexually. And we don't mean sexually. And listen, and we don't mean sexually. Continue, Derek.
Yeah. Yeah, man, just to share, no, I said share the experience. Because you don't know everything you want to do by yourself. So if you find somebody you figure want to share the experience with, that's cool. But understand, fellas, I need you to understand how school keeping. If you are to their mind beneath you, they ain't much for you. And that applies even if you got money, Dre. Look at my man Will.
Skin out.
Even if you got money, if a woman's impression of you is that, yeah, you're up on my level. And I can answer this, right? What have you ever gained? And I sure you asked before, what have you ever gained by giving broke people, you can call them broke people, your money? What have you ever gained by giving women your money? Don't talk rush. You can put in chat. Put in chat section, man. Put in chat. Because I want to hear. What have you gained from giving? You know what's going on. What have you gained from giving women your money, guys? Yeah. Neil and I be heard a story about a mock man that was actually taking his money. Taking his money. Now, here's the thing. He is taking his money and giving it to this woman. Taking his money, giving it to this woman. And she live in a house with a man. Remember we told you before that there are men out there who are, let me frame it the other way. You will be doing the most trying to get through the woman. And there's another guy out there who ain't doing nothing. Let me get my girl Keisha for that one. Nothing! Ain't doing nothing. And he turning up like Mole. Big up my mom Mole. Daddy no lie. No boxers in my hand.
There's no feelings, it's just dealings. Show the Rick too.
Yeah. He turning up. You buying all the material to help build the house. You paying the rent. Now when you come, you pick his shit up, you drop his shit off at work. You pick shit up at work, you drop you back home, and you say, "All right, thanks." Give a little kiss on your cheek if that ain't going on inside. I will. Cause to her, man, you ain't on that level. I try to figure out how we've come to the point where something like having a degree is no criteria or a criterion for you to be in a relationship. This is why we ask. Yeah, go ahead.
No, No, you go ahead, because I was literally just I don't understand either. It's confusing to me where we, as you said, we live in a society where we need a degree. It is just so funny to me how you don't even get through the door if you're not a certain, because it seems as though women have chosen all of the things that the very few percentage of men have height,
Yeah.
education, monetary value and income, size. What else? What else? I know I'm missing something else, but basically, all of these things that we or our women want are very small percentage of men. I'm talking about less than 4%. You understand? And then when you take all of these things, you stack them, you stack them, you stack them, you stack them, you stack them. Shoot, you want 0.5% of the population, literally. And then when you think of the context of Barbados, and you think of the context that, okay, let's say there are 270,000 people and 280,000 people in Barbados, roughly. Let us say I think we are a little more than a third, I would say. But the point is that of those men, let me say it's split evenly. Let's say it is 140. I know Anthony is here. He may somebody in the chat can give us the stats, right? But let's say 140,000 men in Barbados. We live in Barbados. So of those 140,000 men, you want a man that is over 6 foot. You want a man that is in shape. You want a man that makes a certain amount of money. You want a man with a degree. You want a man, shoot, you may even want the man to have his own, good looking and everything like that. We're looking at, let's say 4% of the Barbadian population fits your criteria. 4%. 4% of 140,000 is mathematics.
And that does not take into account the incarcerated and homosexual.
Right. So that's 5,600 people, 5,600 men. And as you just said, men that are not old, men that are not homosexual, men that are not in prison, men that are not married, monogamous. You know what I mean? So a man that is wholly and solely yours. Would it be safe to say that we even divide that 5,600 by 2? Would that be fair to say? The point is you're looking at about 3,000 men in Barbados that fit your criteria. How many women that go in Barbados? How many women that are looking for a man in Barbados? Yeah, every the good man gone. The good man still here. Is that we don't fit your standard and criteria. Standards and criteria. So we've always heard this. We're all the good men. Shoot, I had a song. We're all the good men gone. Right? People want to know what
I was trying to find it, but
yeah. I can't remember who's singing about it, but
Marcy,
right? We're all the good men gone. We are still here. The problem is that your women, your standards have changed. Your standards have now become so unattainable that we don't fit the mold. Yeah. I got out of all the things that people want, right? I tall, I above average looks, intelligent, money. No, I got the money. Steady job, I got that. So then what? So then now I don't tick the boxes for certain women. So now the most I wanna, which is 140,000 women, let's say, we divide that. Let me say is what? Let's say it is 10,000 women that out there looking for a man. 10,000 women between the ages of 25 and 40. 25 and 50. 18 and 45, 18 and 50. 10,000 women are looking for less than 3,000 men. Now these are rough numbers. I ain't got no numbers in front of me. I hear spitballing, right? I could be off, but if I off, I can't be too off. The point is that it is impossible. And then you start to get into the men that got healed from trauma, don't want the woman, that just focusing on the purpose, focusing on the business. You know what I mean? Like the good men have gone nowhere. The good men are here. Y'all just don't want the good man. That is not even on the top 5 or 10 things on your list, being a good man. Cause good man coming in at number 4, number 5, or number 6. So I know that. I think that,
yeah.
For me, I can just say this last bit. I just want people to understand here, right? Men, straightforward. uplift yourself by your bootstraps, as Derek said. Do better for yourself. Be better for yourself. Be the best version of you for you. Women, they ain't gonna tell you to do that because that should be universal for man and woman. But women, the only thing I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do, I am merely gonna offer a suggestion from the other side of the camp, the other side of the fence. Consider that your standards, your expectations, and your aspirations in a man, in a husband, you may have to readjust that. And before y'all come for me and say, but you know these men ain't good and this is that next and you talking, you don't understand, fine. Because sure, men ain't good, humans ain't good, women ain't good, nobody ain't good. So let me throw that out the door. I will no longer be accepting the argument that men ain't good. Because we could cite examples of where women ain't good. We could go back and forth at that game. But if we operate on the premise that human beings aren't good, let me operate from there. So if we understand that, women, just please, just look, just take a look at what you want, write it down, and then really read it and say, well, I know, sleep on it, take a week, and then come back here and be like, I really need a man that's 6 foot. I really need a man with a 6-pack.
I'm sorry, man. You might not be in the chat, right? There's some idiots in our chat, deal.
We'll get our shit.
Jimmy says, I don't think even Jesus will satisfy some people. LOL. Antisocial comes in and says, a fisherman, Jimmy, rolling with a posse of questionable characters in his old Honda Accord.
In his old mother Honda Accord.
Lord have mercy. Lord. Hold
on, and he on camp too, because he can't hear it or shit.
No, here's the thing, right, Neil? I know you are part of me. You're imploring the ladies to kind of rejigger their standards. I'm not doing that at all.
I know. I just
women, you have the right. You know, we look at things
slightly differently.
Sometimes from 2 different points.
Yeah,
right?
slightly differently.
You employ the women to give the other fellas a chance. I am not doing that.
No, hold on. Hold on. I ain't telling nobody to give nobody a chance. I am just, if you look at your list, you say hard or soft, that's my list.
This you want.
That you want.
That's your list.
I ain't telling you, I just suggesting, just take a look at it. Second look.
I am not making that suggestion at all. Gentlemen, I am suggesting to you, do you. Right?
Fact.
In all things, do you. Make sure you fit, man. Better your fitness. Get in the gym. I say all the time, round is not a shape for you, gentlemen. Get in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Buy a decent shirt. Buy your pants.
Fitted pants.
Yeah. This is not 2013. That big or the 90s big baggy pants. Oh, say close fitted. Make yourself look a certain way. You know what I mean? Carry yourself a certain way. And let me say, because it was nearly went down another road. Reap the benefits of your investments in yourself. Let me put it that way. Right? Reap the benefits of your investments in yourself. Women are free to want what they want. Right? Women are free to want what they want. I say shit. Everybody wants what they want. Make sure you have the money to buy what you want. That's all I'm saying.
Right? All right. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think we had that kind of time, Neil.
Yeah.
I think we had that kind of time, Neil. I think that's where we were kind of getting towards where we could open up
the phone lines. We have a link. You could click on the link again. Just let everybody know. We prefer you to have your camera on, but we understand, it's late at night. Some people might be settling in for the night or whatever. So you can still click the link and we will still, still engage you and everything like that. But I obviously will need your name. There are some people that would have their Skype account and their name would be already present. But for other people, I will be asking, at least for your first name and, just confirming if you want your camera on or off. Until you tell me that you don't want your camera on, then I will work with that. But please let us, it's a sign of good faith. That's why we want the camera on because, it's the internet after all and people could create accounts at the ease and you push of 2 or 3 buttons and clicks. We don't want trolls because we're trying to be as serious as possible. Shoot, if you want to come and troll, Depending on what you're trying with. No, don't let me say we engage it, cause anyhow, don't let me talk foolishness. But yeah, the phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. So click the link. The link is there. It's pinned. It's under tonight's topic. So men, women, you can click. I really wish Rihanna, if you could call in, if you got anything you want to share, because I know on Tuesday you would have called in and we had a little mix up and everything like that, but we're good to go now. So you just call in, and we will tackle things behind the scenes and everything like that. Also, to be cognizant that we got thousands of people, but you know what? We still don't want to monopolize our time, other people's time. So we talking on topic. Don't come in here now and talk about back in 1845. If it lead into the topic, sure, but let me keep it on topic. Yeah. So let me get it, people. Let me go. The phone lines are open.
Yeah, man.
Click the link and let me get.
I had to say it. I gave this one, Neil. Somebody, I was sending out the link just before the show, and a friend of mine, she responded ready to the question where all the good men were gone, and she said, "With red women or other nationalities, who does listen and spoil them?"
Oh, bumbleclad.
You know, I find that interesting. I think I would have shared this story before with a friend of mine. His fiance is not from here. She was staying with him, and she would hang out and pick up his clothes and stuff like that. And his cousin would be like, "What are you doing now?" And she's like, "Yeah, he gonna work, so this is what you doing." And she was like, "I'm picking up the my clothes, that kind of way, you know what I mean?" Just to show a difference in terms of the approach, not to get into too much of that, a national thing and Belgian women this, and not to get into too much of that, but it just seems as if the approach is a little bit different. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, that's where we at right now. Call it, folks, whoever wants to have a chat. I just put his business on blast. See if he's gonna message me shortly.
Yeah, I just shared the link again. Just share your link again.
But yeah, hit the link, come in. We are 104 subscribers. Anybody that wants to join the discussion, feel free. We could come and we could chop it up a little bit. Come in and curses if you want. Well, not curse. We don't really curse cursing. Come in and have a heat. We have no problem with that. But yeah, click the link, join the conversation. Let's go. We don't mind at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, Neil, we have come to the point where a degree now is part of the criteria.
No, you see,
for qualification.
No, it's interesting, right? No, last night we were watching The Godfather, right? Kevin Samuels, and it is interesting how he framed things because women, as everybody, let me start spit some truth here. Everybody has a shelf life, right? And when I say a shelf life, everybody has at a certain age. Nobody ain't hiring you.
That's that.
Nobody looking at you. Your earning potential is gone. In terms of partners and everything like that, your options go down as you get older, and it depending on if you're a man or woman, those options do decrease or whatever, right? And he made a very interesting point. He was saying that women have waited very late in life to start looking and thinking and dating with intention, and because of that, a lot of women are still holding on to their standard too. So what's happening now is a lot of women are getting older and older and older, and they're realizing that they don't have children, or the children have grown and left the nest. They don't have a partner to say that somebody that's there to be steady with them or whatever like that. And they find themselves old. They find themselves retired. They find themselves, not having someone to as Cross would say, shout out Cross. Yeah, be there, wipe your tail and thing when you get old and you got dementia and thing, right? God forbid. And it is interesting how our standards, our expectations our perception of how we should have things or what we deserve is causing us to be in a state of being all alone by our lonesome selves, right? So it's just it is just I think that Kevin Simons had a woman on the podcast and brought her to tears, and not in a mean way. He wasn't mean at all, and she was very respectful, and it was a very interesting discourse. There was no animosity, there was no tension or anger, vitriol anywhere in there, right? But the woman started to cry because she's 38. She has no one. She has no children. She has no prospects. She has never had I think longest relationship she had was 5 years or whatever like that. And she is literally at the point of realizing that at 38, the chances of having a child is slim to none, especially with no partner. And then going from there now, you gotta find a man now that has the standard and the means and everything that you want, versus we're really coming through the door and we're really you could get, because it's all fine and good for us to say we want a man that's 6'5", we want a man that got the flat washboard abs, that got the job, the degree, all these things, and you don't match up. You don't match up. Yes, you may work out and drink your water. Yes, you may have your degree. Yes, you may got your paper in order, but are you a nice person? Are you agreeable? Are you a person that I come and tell you, well, babe, I thinking about going into podcasting, I yes, I work in it, whatever, but you know what? I feel like I have a passion for podcasting. I want to do this. Podcasting, you waste your time, but that day, that's something to do. You better try and see if you can get another few letters behind your name and get more money coming in when the night come. You understand me? Or is this, I see you reading that, or because I see you looking with the quizzical look on your face.
I read it because I am here thinking to myself, Brian might be onto something.
What's that?
Well, people homes are going to be a moneymaker if anyone is looking to invest, because men are not settling down and women have put career first and everyone divorcing.
Facts.
That's why I look at it. Let me show my boy Benchini, because Benchini is a man look to make money. So short man, we gonna work out something in the juggling.
Yeah,
and we could come forward with old ports home. We got some cats and things around the place. Yeah, man, we can make it work. Because I want you to consider, though, Rian, and this is the part here that I suspect might trigger a few people, that the men are not settling down because women have put their career first, and everyone do, and then everybody divorcing. That might be the thing for it. Because as Neil said earlier in the show, the men here. You know what I mean? The men still here. But if you're trying to compete, they only got 800 places in 100-meter final at the Olympics. Only got 8. So the man that running 10 flat, well,
shoot.
Yeah, 10 flat ain't making it these days.
That's what I was saying. 10 flat ain't even in. He ain't thought it.
Yeah, I remember when I think everybody remembers when Safa Powell pulled out in the 100 at the Olympics a couple years ago, and he pulled up, he dropped out. The guy that came last in that particular race ran 10 flat. As a matter of fact, no, he ran 9.9 something. Right. So if you turning up to compete, and you're running 10-3 on a good day, but you're only going to waste time. They get the curse Mike King.
Mike King, man. Mike King with the swimmer.
The curse Mike King. But as much as it was harsh, he was telling the truth. I mean, that's another story, but another time if you want to debate me on that, you can message me privately. This is not our show for that. Right? So again, you could want them 8 places in the finals, but can you compete? Can you compete? Shout out my guy Christian, man. She nigga UC here for a little bit, right? He's always been carries himself well, good looking guy. Shoot, a great guy, but he's not 6 feet tall. Yeah. He's not a hulking person. right? Short, pretty short guy. The main thing is stature, but a good guy. Makes his own money. Hey, you ain't gonna be balling and living in luxury like that because he is not that guy. He probably could if he wanted to, but he's not
He's
that
not
guy.
that guy.
So
Yeah.
if you hook up with he, don't expect you don't look you be flossing on the gram, hashtag goals and not nah, he ain't that guy.
Mm-mm.
But if you were with him, he would treat you well. I can tell you that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, look at him, somebody too short. So immediately, even with his degrees, I know they say degrees plural,
Mm-hmm.
he don't qualify. So what you want? What we gonna do? And he's a good guy. So you know what I mean? What do you want? How are you going to? And that's why so many men, and we can do a show about that, Neil. I wanted to do that show tonight, but then this article came out. I said I would do it. About men, reasons why men are leaving the dating game, why men are going their own way.
Mm-hmm.
And saying, you know what? Relationships will be transactional for me. I will hook up with a chick. We meet up, we do a little thing, and that's that. Ruben is saying, I like to lean towards people with greater understanding. Ruben is saying, well, folks' homes might not do as well as one would think. Money printing continues to erode purchasing power and devalue currency. The elderly may die off in the economic repression. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
All right, fellas, press pause on the old folks' home thing. Fergie says that actually all I was hearing when listening to Kevin Samuels, business opportunities, and the women will be able to afford it handsomely too. After back to Neil's point, she's saying do not chase your passion, but pad her nest. She ain't padding it, but want you to be unfulfilled in the pursuit of her pad, and then would wonder why the man left. Riyadh says the men here know, but as you guys admitted 10 years ago, you men running while doing their thing. The women at the same age getting hurt by all this wellness, so not everyone's single. Women hurt and damaged now and finding it hard to trust. Women have decided to work on themselves and connect with the men.
All right, so let me.
This is an interesting point. Let me do Asta first.
Okay,
Asta
okay.
says she ain't padding it, but want to be fulfilled in pursuit of her pad. We talked about that Tuesday night. Yeah, and somebody questioned it when they said, make sure that her goals don't impact on you achieving yours, right? You know what I mean? And yeah, from the time you got two people, men don't compete with their women. They don't want to. And if you are going to make your man compete, shoot, Will Smith always got to be gay Jada Smith shine. Steph Curry got to be gay Aisha Curry shine. So she's put a half naked photo on Twitter or wherever it was, and he had to share it. Why? Because he got the bigger following.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shoot, Ciara come out twerking the other day on TikTok, and Russell Wilson there promoting it. You know what I mean? So beware of having this. This is gonna sound bad. This is gonna sound bad. Let me just say, beware of having these women who want their own shine at your expense. I think that's the best way to put it, without sounding misogynistic and patriarchal.
Yeah, I think that bought half in a Cuban man. That's his thought now. But to Rianne, on her point about let me read it again. And damage now and finding it hard. Well, sorry, I missed the first part here. Chat has gone away from me. The men here know, but as you guys admitted 10 years ago, you were running while doing your thing. The men at the same age, the women at the same age getting hurt by all this wellness, and now everybody is single and hurt. Yeah, so this goes back to a few things. This goes back to first things first, men need to take more stock. Well, I think people in general should take more stock at an early age. I find women do that more so or faster than men. But men, we gotta start very early on in our lives. And I don't mean from you said 10 years ago, 10 years we was 30. Some men don't slowing down, some men don't gearing up with it. But I think from as early as when I think this is what I think. I think everybody should do one of two things. One, I think that everybody should either go to university the West Indies, not necessarily for an education, but I think you should have the experience of going and experiencing other people from other places and societies and walks of life and everything like that. And two, I think everybody should travel and spend at least a few months overseas, living and, going about life and everything like that, right? One of those two things are going to teach you a good few things about yourself. What you can and cannot put up with, what you can and cannot handle, responsibilities, accountability, those kinds of things, right? I think that everybody should do that. And third, now that I mentioned it, get a job early, right? Get a job doing something as early as possible, right? Once you have those three things, one of those three things, that is going to inform you who you are and where you are, what you're about. 10 years ago, we as men of 40 and older, we were now, thinking about, all right, well, I know what there, but let me talk about myself. We was thinking about, settling down and children and, probably career and the next step in whether it be education, career, everything like that, right? Purchases of a certain standard and ilk and stuff like that. Now, you should be doing this from as early as a school leaving age, right? You should start thinking, who am I? What am I about? What are my values? What are not my values? What am I sure about? What am I not sure about? Because now that will inform you about the rest of your life and what you're willing to do and what you're willing to do. We in Barbados, we don't have a dating culture, and we are a very festive culture. We are a very party-centric culture. So it's very easy to pick up on a weekend and go up on a boat ride or to get somebody fat and behind some young girl. And we all know that there is a relation between waking up and sexual activity, right? So it is hard to not prioritize the hard things in life. I will say this. Once everybody can understand that sex, while it feels amazing, while sex is a very beautiful thing and lovely thing and it get you jolly off, it good for your hormones and everything, that we got doctors here that could talk about it more eloquently than I can. Once you realize that sex, you cannot take the act of sex or the partner genitals and that sort of thing. You cannot frame it. You cannot get it certified. You cannot put it in the bank. You cannot get it appraised. You cannot use it as collateral for a mortgage. You cannot do anything with it. So I posit to you, if you can't have, if it has no tangible benefit to you other than bragging and saying, well, I had he or she the other night or whatever, then why put so much stock into it? Why put so much value into it? So Rian does have a point. People were out there wailing out. People were hurt. People hurt people and everything like that. But we need to start taking stock of things much earlier. I ain't telling women not to have fun. I ain't telling women not to go and enjoy yourself. I ain't telling women not to go and party. I ain't telling women not to go and, shoot a likes you and a wants you. What can happen? I ain't telling you not to do that. But we have to put stock in building ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and taking care of our business and what we are about. Instead of us just be out here wilding out and making decisions that are not, you about a relationship, but you get in a relationship, you realize, I really was not about a relationship. Be honest with yourself. Right? I know that's a long-winded thing, but I just wanted to address that. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Senate podcast. The phone lines are live. We do have a link out there where you can click, you can join us, you can give your 2 cents on the topic at hand, which is pinned to the chat. So yeah, let's get it. Let me talk. Let me have a conversation, man.
Man. The chat got really interesting just now.
Oh, really?
When Rian made her point. Yeah, guys, I met her 10 years ago. You may run while doing your thing. No need to just send you something. We need to get on screen. No. Because this was posted on the spiritual word. The spiritual word is one of those gifts that keeps on giving.
This is which one?
Maybe the last. I got the caption. We need this.
Oh, we need this. Okay, but just
that's the first one.
Okay, so I got to download all of these.
We put up that first, and then we go. Right. Yeah, I was gonna do it as a short. I wanted to do this as a short, but since it came out, I figured that there's no time like the present.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is from the Spiritual Word on Instagram. And the post says...
Hold on. Let me get you there.
You know, because we're talking about that 10 years ago and all on there, right?
Yeah, up now.
Cool. A woman's youth is to attract the best husband possible at her prime, not let immature losers use her for sex until she's bitter and worn out. And then...
You going to any comments now?
I can go into comments first before we come back and deal with that. Because, some of the comments, of course, as you can imagine, guys, got a little spicy. Somebody says, I get what she's saying. Truth is, the older women get, the smaller their pool. The older men get, the larger their pool. Yeah. Somebody says, man, do whatever you want. What provoke this comment? Blah, blah, blah. You all really be pressed for husbands. A woman's youth is to explore herself and what truly makes her happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody says, I want to be married, but that is not what life is all about. Going on. Not every woman built the same. Why contribute to the noise that says only the youthful are beautiful or attractive or desirable? Somebody asked, so these men don't be bitter and ran through. There's more to a woman than just relationships and marriage, though. Somebody responded, she told no lies. Somebody asked, what the F? LMAO, girl, go to school, start a business, get a job, make some good money, go on trips, try new foods, get a tattoo, get drunk at brunch, work out, drink water, read books, go to concerts, learn a new language, have a good time, sis. Your youth belongs to you. That's it. Yeah? Somebody says, I agree. Your youth is your most valuable stage in life and cannot be bought, traded, or exchanged. The value is incomparable. So to allow multiple random men come in and out of your life and drain you of that youth, beauty, and happiness is low self-esteem and self-mutilation and sabotage, as my boy Choco would say. Yeah? Then we got, I think I'll use my prime to focus on myself, my career, and my happiness rather than attaching my value to men. Somebody said, I didn't know my value was just to get a husband. Lord, people lying on you again. Somebody says, as if these married women aren't bitter and worn out by their doggy dog husbands. The only price is whatever makes you happy and gives you peace to sleep at night. You know what? I think we got another one, but we can pass on that, right?
Right, no problem.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Because Rihanna says you're damaged now and finding it hard to trust. Women have decided to work on themselves and can't with the men, can't connect. I'm not sure. Kirk says, heard some old men say it's cheaper to pick fears out.
Shout out to Barber boy. Whoop.
Good night, Kirk.
Good night to
Shout
Kirk.
Out to Barber.
Good Lord.
Shout out to Barber, man.
Oh, come in boiling hard now.
Come in and he come in. Come in boiling hostile one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ruben hits it near the head. Ruben says biological reality is a man can start having children at 50. Yeah. Then he says if Will wanted to, he could start over with a 30-year-old woman and have a whole new set of children. Steve says Michael Jordan did it.
Oh,
he did.
Bumba.
Michael Jordan is 50 plus. And he has
I think he got twin girls.
And he has two very young children. Yeah, two very, very young children. So I say all that to say, good night, George. Good to see you in the crank again, man.
Yeah, sure, George.
I say all that to say, I know some of these things that we say or hear come over as misogynistic, sexist, chauvinist, all the other issues you could come up with, but they are hard, cold facts. I know you may not want to deal with hard, cold facts, but they are hard, cold facts. If Will Smith decides 10 years down the line he wants to start over, shoot, we did a show where Richie had he's 71.
Mm-hmm.
He had a girl that's 30.
No, she was 29. She didn't even 30. Well,
30.
29, 30, don't matter.
Something like that.
It don't matter.
You know what I mean? So you can ignore reality, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality, right? It is hard to say, yeah, your youth is for you as a lady, as a woman. And you go out there and wild out, as we say. But wailing out for men and wailing out for women is significantly, the consequences of it are significantly different.
We are not the same.
I know the deregulated sexual marketplace and feminism. That's not the F word. We can get into the F word very soon. I know Neil is itching to go into that. But I can say no. The F word has failed you, ladies. And we can do that as a show. The failures of the F word. It has failed you because it has made you think that men and women are the same. 2 and 2 is 4, 3 and 1 are 4. They're equal, but they're not the same.
Different equations.
Yeah. 2 and 2 are 4. 3 and 1 are 4. They're equal. They're not the same. Yeah. And Ruben is saying it. For a woman, youth, if you want to have children, is precious. Here is the challenge that here's the challenge that some ladies experience, right? You have your fun in your 20s. You've decided, you know what? I am focused on me. I can do me in my 20s. Cool. And then you look up at 30, 32. You say, yo, the clock ticking. And it's ticking loud. Now all of a sudden you look around, you're the old girl in the club. Because when you're going out now at 34, 35, and you partying with we used to call the TV boppers, them is who run the DJ playing for them. You want to stand up in a corner. Because when Steffi said, go down for your eyelid, you can't get down there. So you gotta bend your knees and hope that you can get back up when it's there. Right? Yeah, you can't make it. So, okay, all right. So now you decide it's time for you to settle down, look for a husband or whatever. But no, that is a fat Ruben. 31 to 40 disappeared.
She's on, Brad. Woo!
And now you're 35. But the DM's a little drier. Or rather, the people that in the DMs you don't want. And now it's like, shoot, let me go through the jumbo sale here and see what I could get. Because I know I don't have the prime people shouting at me. Because for all the wailing out the men that was doing in the 20s, them settled down, they got somebody. People in your age bracket got somebody and gone. They come and deal with you on the side. But they married to somebody, building a life with somebody and gone. You out here. I'm so sad. You out here in these relationship back alleys. So you butt up on a fella. You get pregnant. And you tell yourself, you know what? It's late. The clock ticking. I can't afford to delete this. I can't afford to not have this because I may not have another opportunity. So I got to make this work. But here's the thing. We already know that your options start to dry up a little bit. So now you're again then kind of top level man. You're getting a struggling artist come true. Let's play guitar in somebody's band. And that's all he's doing. So he can barely feed himself, can't really feed you. And certainly can't feed himself, you and somebody else. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you know full well that, yeah. But you gotta have this child. You have this child, I know what you're vexed with the world. Or some of you have done it the other way. You out there wailing out in your 20s and you get catch. And because you are a strong, independent woman, and a woman hear me roar, you decide you can keep this child. You don't need a man. And the man ain't want the child, the man looking at you nor the child. But you're keeping it. All right, we going forward. Fast forward 10 years now, the man ain't really looking at you nor the child. But you want somebody now to come and deal with you and this child. And guess what? Because the man deal with you and the child, you vex.
Or you just
with the word.
I was just about to say, or you just bitter. Just vex. Ain't healing, ain't care.
You vex with the word.
Anything
because
with a phallus.
Child father ain't a good and all these deadbeat names.
No money for you level.
Men in the use.
No, but no money for you level.
Yeah. So now, you got a child father. I hate the term, but I can use it for emphasis here now. Yeah. You got a child father that in the use. And you vex. And all the men getting paint with our brush. Guess what though? Child father could walk there. And he could start over, as the man said. He could get 50 and start over.
Mm-hmm.
You got a child. You got to deal with that child. And guess what? Men are not coming to deal with another man's children. And here's another reality for you ladies. Here's another reality. I know this is going to hurt the son. Your children matter to you. Yeah, for George, they hate them two terms. Child father and breeding. They hate those two terms. But because we are in Barbadian context, so we use them for emphasis, as I say, right? A man ain't looking to raise another manager. Neil is my boy and thing, but really, truly, if I had to put up on Neil X now, nah, I ain't dealing with that legal DVD. This he little man.
I just saying.
I may reschool, but
but that is not your responsibility. It's not your obligation. It is my obligation. So and if I ain't had an
character, exactly, exactly, it is your obligation to deal with your children. I spend a boy to come and raise my daughter.
But there, you ain't hear real men does take care of the people's children. A real man.
And that's the point you're coming to know.
Get it.
There is no amount of shaming you can do, ladies. All this talk about a real man is do this and a real man is do that. There's no amount of shaming you can do to make a man come and want to deal with you and your children. If that man decides of his own accord, of his own volition that he want to deal with you and your children, that
so be
more power to him. Cool. But be grateful because he doesn't have to. And I know some ladies can say, oh, now I want a boy can't take care of my children. I can take care of my children myself. Yeah, I know it sounds good. And I mean, we big all the ladies. Sure. Wait, let me stick a pen here. Let me stick a pen because I know we will get clicked. And next thing you know, we end up all over Facebook and other places. And they're saying how we don't like women and we don't like single mothers and blah, blah, blah. Both of us were raised by single mothers. Both of us were raised by love, appreciate, and respect to this day our single mothers.
Yep.
So before we're gonna get carried away and say I hear blasting single mothers, that is not what is happening here. I am just pointing out to you that the effects of a woman boiling out and making mistakes are severely more dire than the effects of a man wailing out in his 20s.
Fact.
A man can wail out in his 20s, 30s, 40s.
Shoot, a man can wail out till he is 50.
Start over 50.
You see what my Ruben say? All right, then, man wail up till he's 50. Man, see you, and you know, start slow down. You might all hit. But the market keep going though.
I ain't able with it anymore, so yeah. Please let us recognize that we are not the same as Neil said.
We are not the same.
We're not the same.
We are not the same. And I want it to be understood that the only way we have any semblance of equality is within the marketplace and the opportunity to jobs, which is odd because women don't even want the access to all the jobs that men have. Like when you think about it,
You
right?
see, Neil, the challenge is
Mm-hmm.
we fighting certain evolutionary things, or sorry, we are attempting to fight certain evolutionary things.
Right.
Right? And because when left to them their own devices, men will do certain jobs, women will do certain jobs. I see Laura in the house, man. Laura, see if we get to see us. But that's how women end up with multiple baby daddies. I love you and I will take care of you and you're a kid, but you have to get exactly, Laura. Exactly. So this is what you have to treasure. You have to treasure. Let me borrow the phrase from him, Romel, because Romel, when he said it, what? You have to treasure your youth and your womb.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just let any and everybody be running up and through you, ladies, and then turn around and cast the men and see the men in the youths.
You know what just crossed you know what just crossed my mind, right? Let me see if he's thinking like for you. Think of what you just said. Think of what you exactly just said. I can't say, but think of what you just said and think of a situation that we came across up to yesterday. Where you have no. You have a child with someone, but then you cursing the person.
Yeah.
Like anyhow. Sorry,
I've been on that the entire night, actually.
Yeah, but I realized, but I
truly have been on that.
Right. But so hold on. Here, Gian, I agree we are not the same. However, in the workplace, I believe we can be equal. No, that's the point I was trying to make before Derek made his point. The point I'm trying to make, Rian, is this. We are not the same. The only time equality comes in, and women fought for it for the last 50, 60 years. And that is the equality for opportunity in the workplace. That is the only place. Women can do certain, as a matter of fact, yes, women can do certain jobs just as good, if not better than men. Right? There are some other jobs that be 50-50, and there are other jobs where men can far and above do the job better than women. Right? But by and large, women have fought for the rights and the opportunities to have any job out there. But what jobs are women going for? Women are going for blue-collar jobs. Sorry, white-collar jobs, not blue-collar. They're going for white-collar jobs, my fault. They're going for white-collar jobs, right? But the point is that outside of the workplace, we are not the same. The rules are not the same. You can say, oh, but the rules are this and that. You may not agree with the rules. They might not be right. They might be wrong. Shoot. The point is, as my mother Derek said at the end of every episode, we don't make the rules. We're just showing you how the game play. Good. So if you can understand, if you can wrap your head around men and women are not the same, the rules are not the same. Men can party up until 56. Shoot, George no put in the chat that his father had children up to 64. So you could be jonesing until 64 and then decide, what, I ain't got much left, We put in one here so on. Get on to glory. You understand? Women cannot. I am not saying women do not explore life. I believe that everybody should go through certain things in life. You all go through a heartbreak. They used to say heartbreak is making a mind. I think heartbreak is making a more discerning individual, right? I think you need to understand what it is to have a job and responsibilities, at least once. You understand? You gotta find your passions, find who you are, what you about, what you stand for, what you love to do, what feeds your body, mind, and soul. But understand that because women and their youth is tied to fertility, the older you get, the less and less chance you have to have a child and a healthy child. Therefore, we cannot be the same. We cannot be the same. So once we can wrap our heads around the fact that men and women are not the same, therefore, if a man could go there and wild out and he could party all up until 50 with shoot, who's he? I could do it too. ANC, I could party too. What you are doing, ladies, are you are pushing masculine energy. You are pushing an energy that is not yours. You're operating as if you are a man. You are not. I know we live in an age where you can change up this, change up that. You could be this, you could be that. You can do all sorts of things. But by and large, you will always be what genetically you were born. So therefore, with that being said, please understand that what is good for the goose is not good for the gander in this context. Derek and I have children, right? In 15 years' time, we can have children. So right now, I would say, for the most part, Derek and I are stable in terms of what we want, who we are, where we try to get to, who we, we may not got our careers in a particular sort of order and fashion, but we are aiming and working toward that with more intent. Now, let's say this YouTube, we start getting the YouTube money, right? And we decide, boy, Derek, boy, we got YouTube money, let me boil out. Let me really turn back the clock and enjoy our youth. Why we got
up
it? Up the thing. And the man go back out on the dating scene and we partying hard and not on the dating scene. Shoot, we just out there, wailing. Anything that pass, anything we have. Yeah, anything we have is ours, right? When we come out of that on the other half at 60, and we say, boy, we'll get 20 years, boy, we had a good run. Anyhow, we got the money. We got a certain semblance of legacy. Let me probably try to see if we could get a second child. If a woman come along and say, well, I'm pregnant and, I would like to have a family with you. You say, well, all right, shoot. I got one foot in grave anyhow. Let me go. That is what we can do. That is what we can do at 60. A woman at her age cannot do that. If you ain't got your affairs in order already in the Department of Children, you gotta be hearing the clock. You gotta be hearing the clock like a bullhorn. So I want us to dispel this notion. I want us to get it in our heads, men and women, because we know it's not that we don't know. I watched something the other day. I told Derek about it. Facts don't care about your feelings. I watched that on another Abba preach. Facts do not care nothing. They don't care about your feelings. So yes, you may feel a way when I say men and women are not the same. You may twist that to mean that you're trying to say men superior than women. If that is how you take it, I did not say that. That is not what I meant. But if that's how you want to say it and click me and thing, not yourself out. We are not the same. And by that token, once you can get your head around that and operate that, women operate on a different situation, operation, movementation than men. Life can open up and make a lot more sense to you here. That's what I had to do as a man. As a man, I had to tell myself, society don't care about me, yeah. Like legitimately, they don't care if I have a bad day. They don't care if I have a stomach ache. They don't care if I had a headache. They don't care if I have a job. They don't care. By society's standards, I got to provide. I got to do. I have to lead. Yep. I have to put my life on the line in certain jobs. I have to watch what I say and what I do and how I joke. I gotta watch how I approach, how I don't approach. I have to watch everything I do, whether I open a door or don't open a door for a woman. Ruben is saying, society gives zero F's about a man's feelings. And that's a fact. So I had to operate and understand that men and women are not the same. So once you understand that, and you get your head around that as a woman, you at 60 is a different thing than a man at 60. When a man is destitute at 60, man ain't got no money at 60, he on the streets.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Somebody might care about you at 60, but let's be honest. At the rate people going, actually I changed my mind. I now thought about it. Women and men start to get more and more the same as we get older. Hear me out. As we start to get older, as we start to mature, we start to get older, we start to age. You know, there's got the saying once a man, twice a child.
Right.
When I get old and I'm 60, a woman is going to be old at 60. Meaning that society ain't hiring me or you. Society ain't care about, but shoot, COVID ain't care about me or you. Vaccine ain't care about me or you. When we get older, things start to be more the same. Only difference is that we can have children. But all know, you gotta be charting.
But it's a little different here because if I got good money at 60 and I still keep myself in relatively decent shape, I can still get a check.
Well,
It's gonna be transactional.
Yeah.
And I will have to understand that. And not be giving away my pension money. All right. But I can still, and I can still get a young girl too. I get 25.
But you know, we said that in we said that in an earlier.
25-year-old fella checking a 60-year-old girl.
Man, we said that in an earlier thing, and people basically talk about how you mean that women got less options.
Yeah, they did.
So anyhow, if you could take
somebody cuss me direct, you know.
Yeah. If you let me because we gotta start wrapping up. It's around that time. Nobody calling. No, nobody calling. Okay. So I can wrap up and say it, right? If you don't take anything else from this, as a woman, the only thing I want you to take is understand men and women are not the same. It might hurt, it might hit you hard, and you might be like, what this man saying? Just sleep on it. We are not the same. Society does not view us the same. Men do not view us the same. Women do not view us the same. We are not the same. Look at court systems. Look at the patriarchy. Look at infidelity.
Oh Lord, you want to get there?
Bad, you know. But I patient, right? In every semblance of every nuance in the human condition, men and women, how we react, how we shoot. I was watching something where a woman put hands on a man in the domestic dispute. All right, that's cool. That's life in street. Put your hands on a woman here in this society, man.
Started.
You understand? See what's gonna happen to you. Right? Look at how women can approach men in a very, very, very aggressive manner. And on top of that, not only in an aggressive manner, but also reject you in a very, very aggressive manner. Men can't do that. How many men you ever see post screenshots of a woman, of a DM from a woman? Look at these thirsty women in my DMs. Can you imagine this woman just sliding my DMs just so? You don't see it. Women do it. I see that up to yesterday. Woman on my Facebook, woman post some boy sliding she DMs. And all the man said is, hi, how are you? I'd like to get to know you better. Man, I come in a vibe. I just like, hi. My name is so-and-so. I'd like to get to know you better. My screenshot and over the internet. So, just consider, Derek said this a few episodes ago. Consider that women are born with value and then diminish. Men have no value and have to build on it. So we are not the same.
Saying exactly that here.
We are not the same. We are not the same. So you may feel that you could do the same thing I could do. Sure. I cannot do what you could do though. And you might say, that's right, girl, boy, you know, you can't do the same thing as me. If that's how you need to feel empowered, sure, click me, share it, whatever. But you can't do the same things as me though. Was that yesterday? I didn't hear that.
I step away from you for a bit.
Oh. Right. Yeah, man. But let me see. Let me read some comments here. Why did I take off the glasses today and read? That don't make sense. New women come into this world with assets. Men start at zero and have to acquire. Women are able to use their assets to acquire men's assets. As women get older, their stock loses value like fast. But women need to stop that foolishness trying to rough it up with a man. Fact. I think they are trying to change the idea of women and men. Look, we can now be non-binary. Don't let me start on that. See my man Ruben. Ruben, listen, what you like about Ruben Simmons, right? Ruben has always been a scientist. Ruben has always wanted to be a scientist. When I met Ruben in 1991, he wanted to be a scientist. Ruben is a scientist. I look at Ruben. Biology is non-negotiable. It is non-negotiable. You can change the amount of hormones in your body. You can change the augmentation and the arrangement of your body or whatever. But you know what? If you transition from a woman to a man, you know God deal with man problems. If you are a man transitioning to a woman, you know God deal with woman problems. And that's life. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, we have come to that time of the night. As I said, the only thing I want you to take away from this, if nothing else, in where the good men gone and the mating inequality, I just want you to understand, men and women are not the same. Derek gave a beautiful sermon earlier tonight where he spoke about various examples of how no matter what you have in your corner as a man, a woman can decide right now it ain't for me. You could got you pay for your degree, 6 foot abs, you could got it all, and one day she could look at you and tell you, this ain't for me. I need to find out what love is. I wanna know what love is. Right? So just ladies and gentlemen, understand. Women, men, be the best version of you for you, right? Get your paper, get your skills. If that is your path, get your education. If you want to learn a skill, a trade, do that. We have the YouTube University. I learned everything that I learned to do with podcasting from YouTube. All of this streaming and broadcasting, all that I learned from YouTube. They're in a school for this here in Barbados, so I had to learn on YouTube. I think that I'm all right at it. So learn the skill. Get in the gym. Derek just tell you, round is not a shape. Take care of your skin. Take care of your teeth. Wear your pants at a respectable length and distance. Yeah? Buy a belt. A good leather belt. You understand? Take care of yourself and take pride in your appearance. Right? Don't see it as selling out your hood or selling out your set by wearing a suit. Or wearing your pants at a respectable length. Take care of yourself and better yourself, man. Women, they don't necessarily subscribe to this advice. This suggestion, I would suggest, look at your list and ask yourself, particularly as you get older and older, this makes sense. What are you going to do with a man with a degree? Why you got mine and I done got my money? Anyhow, the only good hood is fatherhood. Man, I still got neighborhood. Well, depends on which neighborhood. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've said that so many times. We want to thank you again for joining the Senate. As always, like, comment, subscribe, join the conversation. Let us start building this community some more. Derek has set some goals. I can let him speak to those goals that we trying to achieve. And yeah, I can let Derek close us out. Thanks for joining us. And
yeah, guys. Senate Podcast. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. We are 104 subscribers right now. Let me see if we can get it to 150 by the end of the month. That would be awesome. 150 subscribers.
I want 160. 160 is my birthday there. 160.
160 for Neil's birthday. So we push for 160 and see if we can get that done. Mm-hmm. Guys, Neil said it. Just look at these things you want. For me, it comes down to choosing better. Both men and women choose better. I think we need to do that. And we will find that we work out things a little. Some of the things we want aren't really as important as you would like to think they are. Probably you gotta get off of social media and we'll be less inclined to want to be cruising and all that stuff all the time. Going eating out the fancy restaurants and all that. And we find that, we're able to live with and tolerate a little bit less and just be happy. Because all them things don't really make you happy, or that degree and all that ain't really making you happy. You got my degree if you beat it here, what's the point? You got my degree if you trade your clothes outside and verbally assaulting you. Let me use that word. I don't use the other word. You know, what was the point? You know?
Shoot.
Yeah, choose better, guys.
To even add to that, there was the sense of how many degree animation you have. You with a partner that's emotionally unavailable.
Yeah,
you gone to extreme
or enough money. And the video we showed earlier, the man was like, "Yeah, you got a therapist for that. Don't talk to me about your problems." You know, so choose better, guys. I say all the time, you can ignore reality, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignore reality. So it makes no sense holding out for the things on your list if you can't get them. So yeah, get the stuff that's necessary, not the stuff that you want. Get the stuff that's necessary, the stuff that is going to make you happy in the long run. Because people say life is short, but to borrow from Chris Rock, people say life is short, but life is long when you are with the wrong person.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we don't make the rules, we just make sure you know where they are. Be the best version of you for you. We'll see you guys next week. We got a Senate short coming for you tomorrow. Yeah, you all loved the one we did yesterday. We got a few more to come in very soon, so other hilarious ones. So brace yourself for that. Some all are not going to be hilarious, guys. All right, just brace yourself for that.
Yeah.
Some are going to be a little bit heavier. Some are going to be more hilarious. But we try to give you a little bit of variety in them, right? Mm-hmm. So as always, thank you so much for hanging out with us, guys. We really appreciate it. Share it with your friends and then come in and join the discussion. I'm hoping that next week we will have more people calling in and joining the discussion. I'm going to do the topic next week, Neil. We're going to talk about the F word next week. And I really want to get some of the ladies in on that particular discussion. Because we can dedicate Tuesday and Thursday to the F word, right?
Oh, so next week we can have 2 ladies' nights. Oh, this is ladies'
we can have if the ladies are willing to call in, or we leave it there. They could come in and have a little bit of a discussion, a debate, whatever you want to call it. So tune in for that next week, guys. We love being with you guys. We love the interaction. So be the best version of you for you, and we will see you guys next week.